Okay, folks, well, it's a good night from me now, folks. This is my last one of the night. It's a quiet day from me. If you've been looking out for videos today, if you watch most things that I do, you'll find there's only been 3 or 4 hours. It's been quiet. I found nothing there to cover. It's been really quiet. Hopefully tomorrow will be a busier day. Because it's been quiet, because I'm knocking off, well, not early, but earlier than I've knocked off the last week and a half. I'll just give you this quick message. Something I don't like doing, to be honest with you folks, because I've done it before about 5 times, maybe 6 times since the channel's been going, so that tells you I'm only doing it every 6 or 8 weeks because I'm only about 9-10 months old now. You'll know I don't like the next bit, but I'm going to do it anyway. Those that know me have seen that thing behind me on a regular basis. I've got 3 things to ask. One is a 3-part thing and it's based on that. If you watch the channel, folks, if you watch and you've not subscribed, if you can, do it. It helps me, or it will in time. The more subscribers I've got means the more likes I'll get, the more watches I'll get, which means hopefully YouTube will push it to more people, which means more will see it, which ultimately means I can earn money from it. I know that's not anything that's important to you, but ultimately it's something I'd like to do. I'm not doing it at the moment, but I'm hoping to. As the channel grows to a certain size, I'm hoping to make a living out of it, which will give me even more time to, the more time to give to the channel and hopefully produce more content and even better stuff than I do now. Some would say that's not very hard. Well, I know it's not, but I can only try with what I've got, can't I? Anyway, if you don't subscribe, do it, please. It costs you nothing, I'm sure you know that. If you can, every time you watch any kind of video, if you like it, put the thumbs up. If you don't, put the thumbs down. I'm told even a thumbs down shows you've watched something, and it still gets YouTube pushing it to other people. I think you've got to watch it for 30 seconds first, but after 30 seconds, if you do a thumbs up or a thumbs down, it helps me. A thumbs down will let me know that you're not enjoying the video, which is fine. It tells me where I'm going wrong, so I don't mind a thumbs down. I don't get offended. Never fall out with you. Don't worry about that. Obviously, thumbs up is better, but if you want to do a thumbs down, I'd rather thumbs up or thumbs down than nothing. And the last one is click that notifications. That's the bell. Because if you click that, and I think you click all next, I'm pretty sure that you do, it lets you know every single video I let out every day and what they're about. So from that, if you're somebody that only wants to focus on one part of the channel, maybe the fun stuff I do, the comedy stuff, maybe the news stuff, maybe the serious stuff, the odd serious story, or the sporting stories, or the horse racing side of things, or the musical, or the television side of things, you can pick and choose what you like and dip into those and not bother with the rest. But if you don't do the notifications, you can't do that because you never know what you're watching and when, and also you might miss some things that you would have liked to have watched. So that's that. I've done that bit. The other bit is I've asked this about 3 or 4 times. I've had no joy yet, but I will one day because somebody new will come on here, or someone will already be on here that hasn't heard this message before. I'm trying to contact a few certain organisations, and I'll say this to anybody that watches this channel or that's watching it now. If anybody happens to know any of the bigwigs, the big chiefs high up in the following 3 companies, please drop me a message on the channel's email address. If you go in where it says home, I think it says home or about, it reveals an email address. It's BGOG999@hotmail.com. So I've sold it in anyway, but you'll see it on there. If you know any of the bigwigs, at Fred Dones, which is Dome Brothers, or Boyle Sports, or SpreadX, I'd love to speak to somebody that's a decision maker there. You drop me an email, I'd get back to you, and if you felt comfortable with it, you'd pass me a phone number. I wouldn't even tell them who passed me the phone number if you didn't want anybody to know. But if I get to speak to any of them, I think I've got something for them that will make them money, but more importantly, in my mind, make me money. But if it makes me money and you get me a phone number, you'll earn as well. But as well as that, if it makes me the kind of money that I think and I believe it can make me, and I really do, people on the channel will get something out of it. Because what we'll do, we'll do meetups a couple of times a year with 50 or 100 people, and I'll actually pay for them. And I mean that, I will. If I get to where I want to get, I've got something that could make some serious wedge. But unfortunately, in this day and age, you can't get to decision makers in any companies. You just can't. And I want to cut out all the middlemen who can steal my idea. I know it sounds silly, folks. I know it sounds silly, but there's something in what I say. That was the second thing. And the third thing, what was the third thing? I'm sure there was something else. See, that's how crappy I am. I don't work with the script. So, oh yeah, I was going to say, if you like any videos that you see, folks, any of them, whatever they might be, pass them on to others. You know, don't tell them to jump me. Let them decide whether they want to or not. But if you like any videos of any kind, be them serious or fun ones, pass them on to others. Let them have a look, see what they think. You know, if you've got any social media stuff, because I don't do any of that palaver like Instagrams or Facebooks, and you have a few people watching what you do. If you like anything you've seen of mine, take it off my site and share it. I don't mind you doing that at all. Ultimately, it'll get me more subscribers, and that's what I'm after. But I'm not pushing you to do that. I'm not begging you to do that. But if there's anything you like that you're comfortable with, please share it. And that's it, really. It was just a quick message because, as I say, I've not had a lot to go through today, but I only work with what I can find, and I couldn't find anything else today, so I do apologise. Hopefully tomorrow will be a busier day and there'll be more. Saturday, Sundays normally are, where you get 8, 10, 12 messages out each day over the weekend, because normally there's that much more out there. But it's been a quiet day on the old news front today, on all sides. Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks very much for watching. Can I just say this, whether you subscribe or not, you're valued. You really, really are. And I much appreciate you one and all. And more importantly, I much appreciate those that comment. I really do. I said when I started off the channel, I won't be what's the word? Getting back to people who comment. What's the word? You know what the word is anyway. I won't get back to people and I won't leave messages. Respond. I won't respond. And then within a couple of weeks I thought, oh well, I think I should do, and I started to, and now I'm as bad as yourselves. Every time you message me, I message you back, or I try to. That is one thing, folks, we're not going to ever forget to the 3th hour, the 4th hour, the 8th, 10 and 12th hour, and the morth hour. That's one thing that probably won't happen as much, the personalised side of things. But that said, it might do, because I've got ideas for the first 1 or 2,000 that are jumping on board. And by the way, it's not taking your money. I'm not into all of that people are doing. But I think the names that I get most used to, that are messaging me all the time, the ones that I know that I'm going to find ways, hopefully, of always looking for their messages and speaking to themselves. Because at the end of the day, without the people that start the channel, without the people that are on board early on, you can never build a channel. So everybody that's watching thus far, especially anyone, ones of you that's watched for sort of over 6 or 8 weeks now, all the way back to the ones that have been in it from day one, you're appreciated, and I want you to know that you really are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, I don't like doing all that. Asking for all of that. I know it's there and whatever else. People do it on every video, every message. I don't. You know I don't. Some people have said to me, some people that subscribe and that watch me, you need to ask for people. You need to. I can't. I find it really hard. I found that hard just asking for that. I did, honestly. Don't know what it is, but I find it hard. Probably because when people are doing it on their sites, it does me head in. Please link, click, please subscribe, please click this, please click that, please do this, please do that. And it does me head in. I think all I want to do is watch your video. I don't need to be asked to do this and to do that and to do the other, which is why I do mention it from time to time, folks, but I don't think I've ever mentioned it more than once a month, and I normally mention it every 6 or 8 weeks, to be honest with you, because it just doesn't sit well with me. But I know sometimes without asking, you don't get, and that's why I've asked. So if anyone's been upset by me asking or offended, then I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anybody. I really don't. Although I do it all the time on here, but that's just going to give you my views. I tell you what I think, and if people don't like it, they don't like it. But I tell you the truth as I see it. I'm a grumpy old git. That's me. That's what I do. Where did all that come from? Anyway, I better go before I start getting really riled up. None of you have done out to rile me up, by the way, folks. None of you. It's just me being me. Sometimes I just flip. Don't know what it is. I just flip. And in this country, at this moment in time, there's bloody lots to flip about, I'm telling you now. Don't worry though, folks. As we hear about those things that we should be flipping about, I'll be telling you about them. And I'll be telling you what we need to do to get it back to what it used to be. It's not the country I grew up in this anymore, and that's nothing to do with immigration or sexuality or anything else. It's more to do with the people running the country. And I don't mean just them that are in now, I mean them that are coming in next. Balloons, one and all. Absolute balloons. No care for us, folks. They don't care for us.